What's up, guys? Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again with the Opinion Spot. How's everybody doing on their end? Okay, guys. So this time around, for the third fight for Section 4, I put half man, half human characters, cybernetics guys together to see who comes out on top. And this is a milestone because this is the first time I'm actually using these two guys in my fantasy fights. And first up, we have Vince Stone, aka Cyborg, versus Deathlok. So, milestone, like I said, guys, this will be the first time I'm using these characters, and let's get to it, shall we? Let's start off with Cyborg, shall we? Okay. So we should all know about Victor Stone, Cyborg. You know, one of the key members of the Teen Titans at one point. He is glad to know that he will be joining the Justice League come this September. He'll be a part of the Justice League. Cyborg is the son of two brilliant scientists. Their names were Celia and Eleanor Stone. They even used. They were kind of in a way bad parents because they even used Victor as a test subject to boost his intelligence, and it worked. So Cyborg is on a genius level, but it wasn't until an experiment at Star Labs that a creature from another dimension entered into the Star Labs and seriously injured Victor, and pretty much that's how the Cyborg that we know was born. But like I said, he's always been a key member of the Teen Titans. He's pretty much the brains at the points of the, you know, as the brains of the team. He's even helped construct the Titan Tower. You know, he's done a lot of things that you just look at and you're like, now you can see why he's so popular. He's probably among the most recognizable Teen Titans you have. You know, everybody knows who Cyborg is. You know, you don't even have to read the books to know who he is. I mean, he's just that type of character. You know, and he's probably one of the most. Other than that, he's probably also he's in that category as one of the most recognizable African American heroes as well. So definitely. You could really say Cyborg is definitely a force to be reckoned with. Okay, now in terms of what does his cybernetics do for him, let's go down the list, shall we? Okay, Cyborg does have super strength. His cybernetics do give him huge strength. From what I remember, I think he could bench over 30 tons. So that's pretty strong. He has great stamina. His right hand, of course, is, you know, it has remotely can control him. You know, it has cameras built into his fingers. He can also transform his arm into a sonic cannon and things like that, which is always cool. But it also has a consequence because that cannon drains his battery, you know, drains him. So it's kind of a gift and a curse. But it's always been said that Cyborg can go beyond his limits, and they've proven that plenty of times. Even though you would think, oh, his cybernetics still have a limit, but no, because of his human factor integrated into his cybernetics, it boosts the capability, instead of maybe, let's say, 100% to maybe 130%, something like that. But can Cyborg be killed? Yes. Can he be damaged? Yes. They've shown him be damaged plenty of times in the comics. At one point, he was only like a hovering. He was almost like in a hovering wheelchair at one point. But he's so great. He's such a great character. I'm glad to see he's going to be on the Justice League. It's, in a way, I won't say that. In a way, you could say this is broadening his character. His character is evolving even more, but he is becoming a real centerpiece in the DC universe. And outside of comics, he has, been in cartoons like the Superpower Team, which ran from 1985 to 1986, of course. Ernie Hudson voiced him in that cartoon. And of course, Teen Titans, of course. And then they had, when he was on Smallville, they had the actor Lee Thomas Young, who played the famous Jet Jackson, play him. So, it was okay. But I think we all want to see a real Cyborg maybe brought to the big screen. I know I would. Alright, so let's move on to his combatant. And his combatant's from the Marvel Universe, as always. And we're talking about the Deathlok. Now, one thing about Deathlok is there have been many different versions of Deathlok. Now, Deathlok has been a villain sometimes, and he's been a hero. But I'm talking about the first Deathlok, Luther Manning. The first publication of Deathlok. Now, Luther Manning is from an alternate reality. I believe Marvel Earth 7484. This world is pretty much, it's just corporations have banded together to eliminate all the Marvel superheroes, and they pretty much did it. Luther Manning was a high-ranking officer in the U.S. Army. He was wounded in battle, pronounced dead, and he was transformed. They used his body to make the Deathlok cyborg. At first, he was being controlled by Will, but he broke free of their control. His creator's control. Traveled back to the 616 universe. 616 universe, and basically to eliminate Operation Purge. That was the group that killed off all the Marvel heroes in his reality. And pretty much there, he would join forces with the likes of Captain America to pretty much take on Operation Purge. And there were other Deathlok characters over, like Michael Collins, Jack Truman, Larry Young, characters like that. But it's really Luther Manning that really has the real most dominant experience as the Deathlok, because he's military trained and he has that military background as well. Deathlok definitely possesses super strength. It allows him to lift over, I think, 150 tons. And it doesn't match, he doesn't match up to powerhouses like Hercules and Thor and Hulk. But his cybernetics do enhance his speed, Deathlok can also has a power to manipulate and blast energy from his hands, similar to like Iron Man in a little bit. His energy blasts usually come in energy waves or energy balls. His gauntlets allow him to shoot like tiny nanobots as well, to hack into computer systems. He has built-in jet boots. his reflexes are good, his stamina, his agility. You know, just because you're a cyborg doesn't mean, oh, you're big and clunky. You know, you definitely have, you know, that kind of agility as well. Now, somebody say, but Terminator is not like that. You're right, but this is Marvel and DC. They usually go beyond the limitations of a cybernetic. Now, in terms of also the weapons, you know, Cyborg, Deathlok does carry, like, he can wield standard weapons like Gatling guns and things like that. You know, but he also carries a powerful pistol that shoots energy blast, and it's really, and here's an interesting fact about this pistol. Only Deathlok can use it because it's connected to him. It can only be used in his hands because his hands produce the unknown energy that is believed to power this weapon. So that's pretty cool too. But that's Deathlok for you guys. Give you a little bit of tidbit on what Deathlok is. Underrated character, yes indeed, he really is. You know, but I was glad to see Marvel tried to bring him back. You know, brought him back in a way, you know, for the newer generation that didn't grow up reading the character when he first came out. But Deathlok is one in a million. You know, he is extremely force to be reckoned with. So, when you put these two characters together, guys, two cybernetics going at it. One's military trained, soldier 2 and 3. And then you have a genius level cybernetic that can fight just as well. You know, how would you see this match going out? Now with me, once again, two cybernetics going at it would be almost like Terminator and T-1000 all over again. But I see, in my opinion, I see this fight going the distance because, you know, both of these characters are cybernetics and they got the stamina, the speed. It'll almost come down to whose energy power source is greater, Cyborg's or Deathlock's. I can't really decide who would win this fight, guys. I'll leave this up to you guys, as always. Think about it, guys. Just use your heads in this fight. Please don't be biased. You know, if you need to research the character of Deathlok, research him, and you'll learn more about him. But definitely think before you just say who would win. But guys, you tell me who would win, Cyborg or Deathlok. And other than that, guys, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, guys, keep it real. I'm out.